What's good? What's good? What's good? I've come here to talk about the cave, alright? Now, we've spoken about the cave in previous videos. And just to jog your memory, when we talk about the cave, we talk about the purpose of self-isolation for growth. Okay, and by that I mean, you know, when you're just at yard all day, so all you can do is just receive information from your antenna, right? You have to understand your perception of growth and all these things there. Everything is much more explicit in the cave. Okay, it's like a raw burning. Like currently right now, I would say I'm 60% in the cave, but I'm definitely not in the cave enough in which to that I would feel those feelings a bit too much, because I've definitely, you know, thrown myself out a bit just to keep myself, you know. But the point that I wanted to make is that if you're in the cave and you're in the cave too long and you start to build your whatever aspect of what you deem social situations to be, and you believe that you're above that, you will come to find a quite harsh realization when you touch back down into social situations again. And you also, and within that confusion, you could also find yourself viable to be corrupted. Okay, this is my second round of experience, true cave. This is my second, let's say, chapter in the cave, okay? Because my first chapter in the cave was last summer. Alright, and I remember I came out of the cave, we went back into school, you know. And then obviously I worked at co-op and stuff like that. And yeah, man, it just really hit me hard. I thought everything I was learning in the cave about, yeah, bro, like, this was about money though, you get me? I was thinking, yeah, bro, like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna get a job, and then I'm just gonna be making bread, this, that. And yeah, man, that reality hit me hard, bro. It hit me hard. But obviously, we move, we learn. You know what I mean? But all I'm asking, obviously, if you're on the money path, if you're in the money cave, I would advise you to either just keep this in the back of your mind that it's not gonna, you know, to maybe turn around. But if you're in the spiritual cave, I'll definitely say, man, just, you know, be a bit wary, okay? And don't set yourself goals, man. Just go with the flow. And if you do set yourself goals, like, understand that them goals cannot be what you think. You seeing all them dust particles fly about, fam? Bro, I'm always getting triple collapsed by fucking AV, bro. And dust and all them stuff there. But yeah, man. Just keep knocking on the door there. Because the cave is a wonderful place to be in. It really opens up your spirit, because the mind and the human self doesn't have much to do, because it's not dealing with constant social interactions. It's not dealing with constant questioning of character, especially if you're preparing to expose your character to the world, which of course I am. So, you know, sometimes you do get a reflection on those social interactions. You know, and sometimes you do see people a bit, you know, lesser than they are. But I would say the positive of being out of the cave is definitely that you're able to flow a lot better. Because when you have a routine that's out of your control, that isn't necessarily focused around spiritual growth and stuff there, you do flow a lot better. That's one truth I would say. For example, for me at this moment, because especially when I'm in the cave, I'm not really on social media and them ones there. Because again, I don't really prefer digital fluff in the replacement of what would be basic social interaction. I prefer social interaction. But again, I don't really have the, the circles to really inspire that social interaction properly in the way that I want it to. Because again, I don't have social media. And then, of course, everyone's on social media. So I'm going to be in the cave until I can essentially find a place or my people. Which is okay. Or a job. I was thinking about working maybe 3 times a week. So that'd be helpful. But yeah. But this is what I mean though. All you can do is just continue to grow and then patiently wait. And in that waiting, you'll be delivered with what is required for you to essentially evolve past this stage we're in right now. Okay, because you have to understand, in order for you to evolve where you are right now, God has to send something that will break down the way that your spiritual self, or I'm gonna call it, because it can't be the spiritual self. Okay, what the spiritual self doesn't know that it knows yet. You have to understand what I mean by that. You have to understand that all God is doing constantly is revealing what the spiritual self doesn't know yet. And the stuff that my spiritual self doesn't know yet. Otherwise, I would be dead by now, and I would be, I'd be ready to go. And I'm not ready to go. I've still got that kind of attachment to the human body, which I can feel when I know it's there. And I know I have, and sometimes that knowing that I have a lot to do sometimes make me think, oh, bro, God, you better not cool off my day now. You know what I mean? I've still got shit to do. But I think the will to survive, the will to live, will definitely keep me going. And then I'm assuming that that will probably go when I'm ready to go, which will probably be when I'm an old man, when I've got white hair and that. But yeah, man, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make a title. But it's all good. You might like the 60 FPS.